Welcome to the next level. I'm Cam, your host, and I'm with Manny. And just a little bit of background for you. I'm a 2-year starter at a JUCO named CCBC S6. I was a catcher, and I ranked second all time hit by pitch. And the reason I did this was just to give athletes like Manny a chance to have their voices heard and get themselves out there. So, Manny, if you want to introduce yourself, and we'll get it started.
What a stat, hit by pitch, eh? I'm in my sophomore year at Allegheny College, Maryland. I was a first-year starter, first baseman. Not greatest first year, so I didn't really lead in stats or anything like that, but we're hoping to turn that around this year, so we'll see how it goes.
So when you say you didn't have a great year, like, what did that intune for you? Like, was it some mentalness, or was it like being away from home for your first time, or?
Honestly, all of it kind of seemed mental, like now thinking back on it. And I mean, if you look at directly the stats, I wouldn't say it was a terrible year. But for me, for what I felt like I could have done there, it wasn't my best year. And I think I came out with this mentality of I had a great senior year of high school, and then came into the freshman year of college and kind of expected to kind of keep the same thing rolling. College is a completely different level, and I got there and did well at the start, and then I dealt with some freshman things. I sat down for a game or two, and I think that completely destroyed where I was at mentally. And I don't know what I thought, honestly. I just thought I'm never coming off this field again, and tried to work harder and harder and harder, and I dug so much into it. I kind of dug myself into a hole of every time I failed. I was like, all right, well, I'm done now. Now I'm not going to play. And then the next game I'd play, and I'd be like, all right, well, now I'm done because I sucked today. And it just kind of went down this spiral of mentally just taking myself out of the game to the end of the year, where I was a shell of myself and not mentally there, at all. It was.
Now, so me and Manny, we went to high school together, so I know a little bit more about him than y'all do. But so tell me about from your sophomore year to junior year to senior year, and then kind of how that came into you getting an offer from Allegheny College in Maryland.
Yeah, so freshman year, came in, earned my starting JV spot. I had a good freshman year. I think I hit around 350, 370. Nothing crazy, but I was a freshman. Next year it was heart set on getting into varsity. Mm-hmm. So I worked in the gym. That was the first year I was in the gym. I was working my butt off all year, gained a lot of strength, a lot of exit velo, a lot of things came up for me, but I still hadn't fully developed the mental side yet.
Yeah.
So kind of came in that year, and it was kind of like my freshman year at college, where I'd kind of taken myself out mentally and ended up hitting 260, I think, that year. Into junior year was a little bit of the same thing. Still worked super hard off season. Thought for sure, getting my shot this year. I'm gonna be starting catcher, and didn't work out like that. I ended up being a DH most of the year. It wasn't a terrible year, but it still wasn't. I felt like the whole time I had so much more to give, and I still wasn't reaching it yet.
Yeah.
And junior year, I think I ended up hitting 250. And that was the year that I really started digging in the off season and hitting and lifting and putting all the mental stuff together. I think that was the biggest change for me, honestly. Senior year was the mental side of kind of all right, now it's my turn to shine. I get to be the guy. And came in senior year and destroyed it. Led the state of Pennsylvania in home runs for most of the year there. Ended with 7, hit 380, and won Player of the Year for our division. And then I made it into first team All State. So it was kind of senior year was my first time coming out and shining, actually, and kind of putting everything together.
And you were committed to Allegheny College at this time, right? Your senior year?
Yeah, that was really early senior year. I think before the season started, because it was in the fall. I went down on a visit to Allegheny, and then received the offer there, and ended up committing a little bit later before the season started. Just kind of where I wanted to go.
Now, so you're at Allegheny currently.
Yeah.
And so how would you consider the coaching to high school? Would you say college ball is different compared to the aspects of what they're trying to get done, or what you trying to realize mentally or physically, approach, or just driving balls into the gaps? What would you say the philosophy is compared to high school?
Yeah, for sure. I think high school is kind of you're learning the game of baseball. That's what it is. I mean, the coaches they're trying to teach you the little things about it and going backside and really just like trying to create a swing for you, trying to make you a baseball player. Whereas in college, you're a baseball player. Everyone there was the best guy at their school. You're all baseball players, and the coaches are tweaking things. You're not changing huge things. You're not completely changing your swing. There's things you know. When you step into the box for BP, you know first round I'm going oppo. There's I mean, it's college. It's not high school anymore, and I think that's a big step up for a lot of people, and it's fun in a way because you get there and you're like, all right, you feel like this is legit. Like I'm playing baseball.
How'd your fall go this
fall? It started off not so good, but I honestly really liked this fall. Last fall I ended up hitting 470, one bomb. First freshman fall went 4 for 4 with a home run. Best day of my life. And then this fall kind of started off a little slow, but slowly built it up to where against Wheeling I had a 2 home run game.
Okay.
And just closed out the end of the fall really well, actually.
So what does the future look like for you? Are you do you have any interest, or are you looking at anywhere specifically, or are you still waiting for your sophomore year to pan out, or what does the future hold for Manny Cartagena?
I mean, it's a little bit of everything. Like you said, waiting for things to pan out a little bit. I'm really excited for sophomore year, and I think it's going to be a great year for me. As an interest, I'd love to end up in the PSAC. We'll see how that goes. I mean, Penn State is definitely it's a great school to play baseball. It'd be awesome being from Pennsylvania, hometown kid. But PSAC, great schools, great D2 programs. Millersville being in one of those,
Yeah, I mean, I could even say that some PSAC schools would be some lower D1 teams.
Oh yeah.
I'm confident that PSAC is the best division, and
PSAC is
in
nuts.
D2, I think it's the best conference.
I'd put it up against anyone. The PSAC is disgusting.
Like you just always have like 5 teams in the top 25. Like
it's crazy.
And I think the fact that Millersville is top 5 like almost every year just goes to show like how much they recruit, and even we know some guys who play there.
Yep, for sure.
We play against them in the summer.
Great players too, great coaches down there from what I've heard, and I mean obviously you have to have some type of great coaching to be consistently in the top 5 every single year.
Now what are you looking for? Like how's the campus at Allegheny? Like kind of give me some rundown of your social life. Like
Cumberland is pretty dead, honestly, but I mean, it's kind of what I told my mom before I even went down there was I just get to go play baseball, lift, and eat, and that's my life. And honestly, it's a blast. You get really close with the guys you have down there because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we go bowling on Thursdays, and that's literally all we have to do down in Cumberland. Campus, super small campus, but everyone's really close. It's really tight knit community. Teachers are great. The admin's great. Coaching is great. It's a great place to be. I mean, you wouldn't expect it. It's such a small, in the middle of nowhere area, but it's a great place to be.
Now, you talked about the relationships with the guys on the team.
Yeah.
How do you think that differentiates from high school? Or to answer this, do you think this has impacted you more than going to just a regular school and like becoming a student or being a D3 athlete or something?
Yeah. I mean, as in regard to like closeness, high school it's high school. I mean, you see you guys every day at school, and then you'll see them at practice, and I mean, you're great friends with them at school and practice. But to be honest, you don't really hang out with the whole team outside of that much, or even a few guys you might hang out with as often.
Yeah.
I mean, you and me, we hung out a decent amount in high school, but having roommates is completely different.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a challenge whenever you have roommates, for the first time in your life.
Oh yeah.
And then when there's nothing around, I mean, even at Essex there wasn't that much to do, so the guys just got infinite closer. Like we were always at somebody else's house, somebody was at our apartment, and we were just having fun and just enjoying the JUCO life.
Yeah, it's a blast, and I think everyone loves to like tie into the JUCO life because it's not as fun as it's like painted out to be, but you have so much fun in the struggle of being a JUCO and all the little things like, I mean, your cages it's not gonna be anything like this. It's gonna be I mean, our cage is in a pool room right next to
Yeah,
the
I
pool.
mean, I think just the grind really talks about how much of a like work ethic or character you have. I mean, like like we never really had that much. I mean, we always had to do our own field work.
Yeah.
And I think that also took into the point that we need to care about our own facilities.
Yeah.
Really doing the field work really helped us think about what we were doing, making everything good. And I think it just teaches the little things of do something right, you know. If you're gonna do the field work right, then you're gonna play right, you know. Appreciate the things that you have.
Yeah, everything kind of goes into play. Like, I mean, something as simple as making your bed in the morning, completing the first task is all
Exactly.
just one at a time, like to cleaning a field, which, I mean, once I get to a bigger school, I'd be happy not to clean the field. That'd be a good time, but I think you learn so much in the responsibility of that, and you don't get to go home. I mean, it's been a long day. You've been there since 10 a.m. till 6 or
especially after class.
6 o'clock, and after. I mean, you got class, you got everything, and then you got a game that day, and you're dead, and you want to go home, you want to eat, and you got to stay and get field work done. And, I mean, when you have a great team and you have great team chemistry, everyone kind of works together, and it all gets done pretty quick. But
so, what did you think about the new schedule from last year, where you had the East and the West kind of play each other for like their own little like playoffs, and then the two heads met up and played for the Region 20? Like, what'd you think about that? Do you think the schedule was harsher since we had to play more games, or do you think it kind of worked out on its own?
I mean, in a way, it worked out on its own. I think, to be honest, I felt like our side had a more difficult run with Frederick and Hagerstown, and we had all these teams that I felt like could have competed really well on the other side, and so I think it may have been a little skewed there at the end, but I mean, that's what are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely like the idea of it.
Yeah.
I think it was too lopsided almost between the East and the West.
Yeah.
I felt the East pretty much didn't like they had some teams, you know, they had some guys, but I think it was pretty much overran by just Chesapeake and you know Catonsville.
Yeah, I mean Chesapeake and Catonsville honestly they ran.
And then
you guys.
But then we had Anne Arundel who got hot in the playoff. Like they came
and
in like one of the ends, and then
it's crazy. I mean to see that honestly, like they could be such a good team or they could be such a bad team. They were.
Yeah, it was 50-50, and I think it was more you had that on that side opposed to the West, where like you knew you were gonna get like somebody's A game, and you know you just had to be ready for it. And I think that's also it ties into the mental side. Now, tell me about your mental side. Like, what do you think is your biggest struggle? Like, even then, like, what do you? So you said high school was different. How do you get ready for your games, or how did you get ready after sitting the bench, or like what did you talk about?
I mean, like you're saying, like the mental side is huge. In high school, I mean, like I said, it was that kind of slow progression into slowly having confidence in myself. And something I realized big about confidence is it can't be fake in a way. You can't fake confidence. You build that confidence by doing something consistently over and over again. And I know I can do that because I've done it over and over and over again. And that was high school. I mean, I'd done it so many times where I knew like I can do this. There's nothing that's going to stop me from doing this. I've done it before. I know I can do it. And there was a confidence in that instead of a fake confidence. Like, I mean, affirmations aren't bad, but I felt like that was a fake confidence for me.
Yeah.
And I felt like I built that with coaches. I mean, high school coach, like I really felt like he believed in me at the end because I'd proven myself to him that he should believe in me. And I feel like you take yourself out of the game a lot of times when the coach isn't even thinking anything. You could strike out and the coach is like, okay, whatever. Like, let's move on to the next guy. And you're in their head, like you're in the dugout thinking, oh shoot, I'm gonna sit now because I struck out. Or you're putting thoughts that never really happened. That was something I do a lot. Senior year of high school, there was never that. It was like, all right, I struck out, cool, let me get him next time. And I think that was my biggest change into freshman year because freshman year at college, everyone's a dude. So if I make a mistake, like there's another guy coming right behind me.
I think it speaks to the talent at the JUCO level. There's guys behind me, and there's guys just in other positions that I knew that like if somebody lost their spot, like they weren't getting it back. Like those guys were dogs and they were gonna keep it. And I think it just speaks to the level of the talent that JUCO develops or JUCO already has.
Yeah, I mean JUCO's no joke. It's a lot of guys are. I mean, there's other things that struggle like grades or getting noticed. I mean, I felt like for me just coming out that senior year with that the big year, it was kind of I got late notice because I wasn't that same player freshman through or even junior through senior year.
Yeah.
And so it was such a late year where it was like I don't think I really got noticed as much as I could have. And there's JUCO for you. I mean, there's so many guys I see in JUCO all the time. We have a couple pitchers that are throwing mid-9s, and that plays anywhere. That plays at a D2. That plays anywhere. And I mean, I don't know their full story, but there's things that happen and things that get in the way. Grades get in the way. Just what you can afford gets in the way. A lot of other factors in there. So JUCO's nothing to laugh at. There's D1 guys at JUCOs everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just not at a D1 school.
Yeah, you even have like JUCO guys who come back from D1s to get back to D1. They decide that they're gonna go to JUCO to get back to D1, and they go and they work their butt off to get there.
Yeah, I mean for sure injuries. That's another huge thing that injuries will get you, and there's JUCO sitting there right for you when you're ready to on the come up. So yeah, it's no joke.
Now, if you had to say one thing to a person watching that might be in your shoes, or they might be a sophomore in high school or freshman in high school, and they're kind of lost on where to go or what to do, what's the biggest advice you could give them in the recruiting world, or just like mindset, just being a ball player?
I think persistence is the biggest thing, really. Like, I mean, when it comes to recruiting, persistence of emailing coaches and reaching out and doing as much as you can do to get that attention from the coaches, and then persistence on the side of baseball too, where you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. And I heard a quote one time where he was saying that you're gonna feel bad 70% of the time while you're playing any sport, and that's how you know you're doing good. You're gonna feel terrible 70% of the time. You're not gonna want to work out. You're not gonna want to hit. You're not gonna want to do anything, and you're not gonna feel good while you're doing it. But I mean, we all as athletes, we know we play for that 30%, and we love that 30% of when you feel great and everything's going your way, but it's the struggle that makes that so good. It's that 70% that makes that 30% so good. So I think persistence is what matters, honestly, the most. Just getting up every day and going at it again. I mean, you had a bad day yesterday. All right, cool. Get up today, and let's go again.
All right. Well, I would just like to say thank you for hopping on the pod.
Thank you, Mr. Tam.
And if y'all want more, just subscribe, like, and you can see this on Spotify if you're just listening and driving on the road or something. And I'll be posting clips on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram for anybody who misses it. So I just want to say thank you for watching The Next Level. Peace out.